Hey everybody, my name is Tamara Mueller. I'm the Headquarters Communications Manager here in Malvern, Pennsylvania at the Saint-Gobain and Certainty North American headquarters. And we're going to take a little bit of time just to show you around and show you why I think this is an amazing place to work and why I'm so in love with the building. I know we need to wait for some people to join us, so while we are waiting outside, just to let you know, it's very warm out, but I do have my sunblock on. I'm just gonna show you around. So I'm gonna flip my here, and here we are. We're out front, overlooking the fountain. This fountain is fed all with rainwater that we capture off of our 7,000 square foot roof. Also, the irrigation that we do in this area is done completely and entirely with rainwater. The rest of the campus is all with indigenous plants that are local to the area. You can see we've been here a little over a year and a half. Very proud of our campus. About 64 acres in total that our employees get to enjoy. You can see some people going out to take a walk on the walking path, and some people just getting some sun. I hope they have their sunblock on. Look up above me here. This is a sheer fill canopy. If you've ever been to the Denver airport, you would recognize this. Notice that it lets through a lot of natural light, reduces the amount of artificial light that you need inside the space, and it works for a great reflective surface, so you can use even less additional light in the space. So we're going to wander on in, and oh wow, I can feel it already. It is so much cooler inside. Not using a lot of energy to keep it cool in this space because we have our electrochromic glass. The entire west side of our building is dynamic glass. This tints based on where the sun is in the sky, and I'm not entirely sure I can get back far enough, but I put my initials in the glass here, which is a very cool capability that you have with Sage. In one pane of glass, 3 different zones, so big pixels, but works out nicely. And then over here we have Adam, our security guard. Hey Adam, how are you? And through the turnstile. So this is our lobby, 2 stories. 2 stories of glass, a lot of glass in this space. A lot of reflection of sound, so I'm gonna let you know there's not a single ceiling, wall, or window in this building that is not actively doing something to make the occupants more comfortable. You really must come and experience this building. I'm trying to hold my hand steady for you here. Oh look, live journey today at noon. That's us. Hey, check it out. How ironic that we're talking about the Dan Gatlin, Manager of Building Science and Comfort, and Lucas Hamilton, Manager of Building Science. So what's the big deal about this building to you guys? Just real quick.
Real quick, it's the most comfortable building I've ever worked in. And it's a big deal to us because we got to have a hand in its creation, and now we get to live in it. And so it's a real unique opportunity for us to be able to live in our own creations.
Cool. Stan?
That's, I like the fact that we can move around and have all these collaborative spaces.
Cool.
Makes it easy to get away.
Until I track you down.
Yes.
Sorry. I'll leave you guys alone now. So Stan mentioned a lot of collaborative spaces. Hey Carla! She's actually tagging along with me. You'll probably see a lot of her during our journey. One of the little huddle rooms. You can see when rooms aren't being used that the lights are out. This is our interior products call center. We have gypsum and sales support and insulation. Not sure if I'm holding this in the best possible view, but you can see a nice amount of reflected daylight through the area, nice even lighting, a lot of strategy put into effect in the space. Also some heat pumps above the ceiling, so using different types of ceiling products to make sure that we have an acoustically quiet space, yet speech intelligibility within 15 feet is spectacular, but beyond that, a lot of speech privacy beyond 15 feet. You can see people Can personalize their workstations. Lots of nice colors. A lot of white walls to reflect daylight. Big comfy couches. I have taken a nap on one of those. Another view to the outside, and I'm just going to kind of give you a view of what my walk would be like if I walked the building on the rainy days when people can't walk on the walking trail outside. They walk the perimeter of the building, and look at all this glass. So when we say this is a living laboratory, we mean it in every sense of the word. These are some of the measurement devices that we're using to collect data, and we're also surveying our employees to make sure that what we're seeing with data is equal to what our employees are experiencing, as well as our visitors. This is one of my favorite places, and I'm just going to sit down in one of these lovely orange chairs and kind of twirl around very quickly. Woo! What a great view. I'm in a quarter off by myself, and look at that view. That's Route 202. Great that you can't see it. And I know that there's people asking me questions, but I can't walk and read at the same time. What data are we collecting? We are collecting data on relative humidity, radiant light, radiant heat, acoustics, indoor air quality. All the aspects of human comfort is what we would be measuring. This is another interesting conference room, clearly was used today, where we have sage glass on one side, and we also have Saint-Gobain Coolite glass on another side. And it's one of those rooms that we kind of keep an eye on, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that as we walk along. What happens is people tend to lower the blinds to keep out the heat. And really what they're doing is they're allowing the sun that we're reflecting to have a surface to create radiant heat. So it actually warms up the space. So we have diffusers that are lined up along the windows to push that warm air and circulate it around. Forgot to take the steps down. One of the interesting challenges about this building as a brownfield, and I'm having a little trouble seeing my screen because I have a low battery, is that the core of the building is actually on the exterior of the building, so we had some challenges there. The hallway that we just walked down is a perfect example where we went ahead and put the spaces that needed closed rooms, like storage rooms and IDF closets, across from those mechanical spaces. And if Bob Panero is watching this, I am holding the handrail. We did cut out the lights in the stairwells to reduce the amount of artificial to use the stairs rather than elevators. And I have, sorry, I slowed down and I'm trying to look at her through bubbles. That's Pam Schechter, president of our siding group. So you can see these white walls make what would be ordinarily a dark hallway, well lit with very little bit of lighting up in the ceiling. And this is one of our work rooms that has no windows. And here's another executive. Let's see if we can get a shot of him in between his dots. There he is, Bob Panero, Chief Financial Officer for Insulation. It's one of the really great things about this building is that the executives are so accessible. Not only are they easy to get to when they're in their workspaces, but they are also easy to get to because they join us in the cafeteria and other spaces of the building. So a little bit of a peek here at part of the walking trail and the woods. Imagine this being your view. Talk about biophilic design. Looks like, Jessica, your mom's watching. Where's Tom? Are we saying Tom Kaninsky? If it's Tom Kaninsky, then I would tell you he's in Paris. So here's one of our guys from Sodexo, our maintenance team, checking things out. Good to see you. So again, in this building, we have 116 collaborative spaces. Some of them seat as few as 2 people. Some of them seat up to 75 people. And some of them are just open and very comfy. And it's okay to sit on the floor in this building.
As you can see,
There's Carla again. This is one of our 12 pantries, one of the larger of them. We have 3 of these in the building, all Energy Star. Nice bright colors. I'm told yellow makes you hungry. All of our pantries are yellow. We have some young ladies here from corporate marketing, Jill and Veronica, using another open collaborative space. One of my favorites. Those seats are incredibly comfortable. A little bit about the furniture. Furniture is from Knoll. They helped us create exactly what the employees wanted, adding the benches for quick collaboration, these great rolly tables. People can feel free to have conversation because, again, intelligible voice is only traveling about 15 feet. I think this is the reason why we picked Malvern. This pond is a retention basin for the residential neighborhood, which we're a part of. We do have a team of lovely border collies that help us manage our geese population. Unfortunately, they are not here today, but you can see they do a spectacular job. And check this out. Nice patio off the cafeteria. We're gonna get there at some point. I have to keep moving, so. A shout out to Bob Panero from Solar Guard. Check this out as well. A nice light well right in the middle of the building. The creek runs under the building. This first floor down here is new construction, and we're looking through one mammoth spider web. The window cleaners are due to come out this week, so they have their task ahead of them. So out here, this is a new project for us this year. We last year started a garden club, and this year are partnering with an organization called Food for All, and we're growing organic produce and donating it to the local food pantries, completely run by employee volunteers. The shed is going to get a renovation as well as what we did here with the building. It will get Solaris roofing shingles and some of our new siding products. We have a little meeting here, but they left the door open. So you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Certainly. I'm Dave Engelhardt. I'm president of Certainty Gypsum.
I'm Sophia Neal, responsible for human resources.
Cool.
And I'm Dawn Decker. I manage the marketing group for the gypsum business in North America.
How do you like working here?
Fantastic.
Ooh, it's a great place to work. Really.
It's a great environment.
Awesome.
It's
And
very
it's nice.
collaborative. It's well lit. It's just a really great place to come to work every day.
Yeah, and you're surrounded by over 60 of our products.
Yes.
So
that's-
we can brag.
Yes.
Well, thank you. I'll see you guys later. It's always nice. Again, how many executives is that now that we've run into? That's 3. Joanne waved to us while we were looking down on her. She's already out having some lunch on the patio. We're gonna go out real quickly and just take a look and see how things are growing in the employee community garden. This area right here, I'm guessing you can hear the difference in the sound. This used to be the main entrance for this building before renovation. We did a lot of fixing up in this space, but didn't do a lot of investing in it because it is an employee-only entrance. And they spend about 3 seconds or so in there, and we decided instead to move that budget to build that lovely patio that we saw a few minutes ago. Brian just getting back from a run. So we're waiting on our deer fence. So our gardeners have been very mindful to protect all of the vegetation from the deer and the gophers in the area. And these are some of our founding members.
Hi,
Miles,
Tamara. How are you?
Karen, Michelle. These guys are kind of overseeing it and managing beds and gathering volunteers and working with the local pantries.
Would you like some collard greens? Aren't they beautiful?
They are beautiful. How many pounds have we harvested so far?
About 350 now.
350 pounds.
In
This
3 weeks.
Wow.
so there you go.
And that's not our tomatoes and our big guys.
That is so cool. Thank you. So it's over 90 degrees, so we'll let them get back to what they're doing. And we're gonna go in where it's air conditioned again. If you look up on the hill, that is our innovation center. They moved in almost a year before us. The innovation teams for CertainTeed ceilings, roofing, insulation, and gypsum are up there. And I would get in trouble for doing that. That wasn't a piggyback. But it kind of worked out. So going through that employee entrance once more. Another low battery signal. Wow, this Facebook Live really eats up the charge. How do you keep the deer out of the garden? Right now we're using plastic to cover the beds at night. During the day there's people out there pretty much all the time, but soon we will have a deer fence that will actually go about 6 feet underground to help with the groundhogs or gophers or whatever they might be. So one of the great amenities here, I think we have a lot of people outside today, but this is our fitness center. Out of the 650 or so full-time employees, over 300 of them have a membership. We offer 15 to 20 classes a day. Have a handful of different trainers that come in and do training. Over here is Bree. She's fairly new to us, but she's family already. Brian, again, back from his run, going in to take a shower. We do towel service on site, so we make it very easy for people. One last thing before we leave that. How about that? Punching bag. Pretty cool. And walk along here, you can see the trail goes out into the woods. There's actually a structure out there that at some point we want to make into a meditation hut of some sort. A bridge, again, made with all CertainTeed products. Nicely matches the building. There's usually a blue heron out here, but I don't see him today. He's probably hanging out in the shade too. We are at Saint-Gobain, Morocco. Wow, we love you too. Thank you for watching. Carla, what's your favorite part about working here?
The people in the building. I love it. Couldn't be happier. Such an experience every day.
Cool. So this is our cafeteria. We also do our town halls here. It's amazing. We've hosted hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of visitors at panel discussions here. This is Tim Geyer, our CIO. This is our servery. The worst thing about this cafeteria is trying to decide what you're going to eat. Is it going to be the enormous salad bar, a loaded baked potato, made custom, gonna poke in front of the line. This also is Sodexo, amazing group of people to work with. You can see why we all struggle with what we might choose to eat because there's so many choices. And then over here we have artisan sandwiches, or they'll make your sandwiches to order, and some of the best chicken parm I've ever had. And the guy that just snuck past us is the guy who leads it all, in partnership with Alex over here, who manages all of our catering. Not sure where Brendan went, but we could try to... Oh, these guys are hiding in here, warming up some stuff in the microwave. Nice, nice. So I think we're gonna kind of bring this to a close. I'm gonna go get a seat out on the patio and try to decide what it is that I want to have for lunch. And hey, thanks to everyone for tuning in from all over the world. And until next time, take care.